Hello, and welcome to Gamer Premonitions, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC. In this video, we're gonna predict what will be in the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC set to release sometime in winter. And joining me as usual, we have KZ Excellent from kzexcellent.com.
I'll just keep playing dumb.
And Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
Bind the hearts wintered to yours.
And Bob from GigaBoots.
Keyblades? Is that good enough?
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dog Street?
No, incorrect.
Close enough. But before we talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, we have to figure out what it is. Mr. Feel, what is Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind?
Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind is a upcoming DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. In this expansion, we will discover that Kairi is Ava, Namine is actually Lightning, and that none of the events of Kingdom Hearts 3 actually happened, because they were a dreaming world inside a sleeping world inside a dreaming world. So Dan, are you excited for Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind?
If everything you said is true, then I am so excited.
Only then.
Well, as you know from watching this show before, we each have to come up with 4 premonitions about this DLC using nothing other than our giant brains. And halfway through our premonitions, KZ has some lightning round questions that we'll all have to answer.
Oh boy.
Very excited. Very excited.
Mm-hmm. Really get some mileage out of this DLC episode.
I feel like we've put a lot of value in this absolutely free podcast about this $10 DLC.
Get that money back feeling.
Yeah, give people that money back feeling. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with Mr. Feel. Mr. Feel, what's your first premonition about the Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC?
My premonition is that the secret boss that hints at the next game will not be a dude in an organization cloak.
It's a popular outfit.
It will be something more along the lines of Lingering Will, maybe something like a foreteller we've never seen before, or something.
Basically following the trend of the previous numbered games, where the secret boss is something tonally and visually different. Where one, it was Xemnas in an organization cloak, to Lingering Will in an armor we've never seen before.
And then let's not talk about young Xehanort.
That's why I said numbered titles.
I guess he had lightsabers. That was new.
Was it?
No.
Oh no, Xemnas had them.
Also, they're not called lightsabers. They are called ethereal blades.
Thank you, KZ.
And may
KZ.
your heart be your guiding key is nothing like may the force be with you.
No, it's nothing like that. Why would you? That's a random connection. Star Wars. I've never heard that connected to Kingdom Hearts before.
You see, when he pops his claws
Kingdom
out,
Hearts
they don't
is
go
good.
schnicked.
Yeah. Exactly. And he does his Berserker Barrage, right, Bob?
No, it's something else barrage. I don't even know what.
Jedi Barrage.
Yeah, Jedi barrage.
Okay, so your premonition is that we're going to get the teaser for the next game, and it is not going to be someone in an organization coat.
He's saying
Correct.
the
It will
boss,
be something,
the secret boss that's teasing the next game will be a completely new design.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be something more visually interesting, because also they have money now, so they can design a new character.
I do love money.
Next on the turn order is me. I'm going to go ahead and predict in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, you will be able to play as Roxas.
Oh, that's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's unlike the main game. Though you saw, for those who haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3, the original release, but are listening to this for the hot info, you saw Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 3, but you did not play as him. In this, I think you'll get to play as him.
This
Dan, I have a
strangely
question.
feels like a bit that's been done before.
Yes, is this a bit?
What?
Are you reminding them of an old bit?
I have no idea what you two are implying here, but
I'm surprised you didn't do this during the Kingdom Hearts 3 normal gamer premonitions, given what you were packing in those.
But that's the end of my first premonition. Bob, what is your first premonition about Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC?
I'm gonna like junction onto what Phil was going with about the secret boss, and I'm gonna nail down to an actual character.
Oh man, that's way braver.
Right? It's gonna be Yozoro, who is apparently the name of that white-haired dude from the secret ending, who is in the video game in the Toy Story world.
Yeah, he's from the Not versus 13 universe.
Yeah. So yeah, that guy.
Cool. He's got like a sword and a crossbow, and he dual wields them.
It's cool stuff to do.
He can like freeze time or something, or like suck you into a cube. I don't remember. It's been a while since I saw that cutscene.
He's got multiple stand powers. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's exciting. I'm very excited to play that. KZ, you're next. What's your first premonition for Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC?
All right. So for the limit cut portion of the DLC, which is supposed to be letting you fight the organization bosses in a more souped up version, I predict that they'll expand on it by making a new bonus area to the Keyblade Graveyard. Probably do something similar to what KH2 did, which is blow a hole in an existing area and explain, well, that's how we make a new zone. And it'll be a cavernous, like catacombs-like area for the Keyblade Graveyard, and they'll expand on the puzzle stuff that barely exists in the game, where you press the buttons and it would like move the walls. They'll actually put
you
more
climb up on top of them.
Yeah, you'll be able to interact with the different buttons, and it'll be a bit more puzzle focused. There'll be higher tiered enemies, and eventually at the end you'll be able to fight the organization members. But my prediction is that they'll make the Keyblade Graveyard have a higher end, like
make it feel like a real zone,
like a secret like end game dungeon. Because as it stands, there's not really an area with challenging enemies that exists, because the last two worlds aren't really focused on enemy mobs. It's just boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so that's my prediction, and then the end of that will be just like KH2, where you can fight the organizations like memories as bonus fights.
Will it still be just sheer rock walls like everything else in that area?
I think it'll be like a catacombs, like cave area, so there's different elevations
so it's
to
like
it.
A dark version of what's outside.
Yeah, it's like a darker, evil version. It's not going to feel like you're just going through narrow corridors with it. And they're really going to make use of that neon, like, stone look that the buttons had throughout the labyrinth, but do more with that and bring back some older enemies, like particularly some of the endgame area enemies in like KH1 were like these giant angelic jars called Angel Stars. Those were pretty good. The Invisibles, which were just heartless with swords. I could see them bringing back some classic enemies to help really push that this is a super, super strong area. But that's my first premonition.
Oh, well, that's exciting. I think that'll really deliver on what people are expecting from this. That real
reason to play the game past credits.
Yeah, and that's always good to add.
Mm-hmm. So some more stuff to use that ultimate weapon that you got before you beat the game.
Yeah, as it turns out, it basically went like a table saw cutting through warm butter at the end of the game there.
They even give it to you fully upgraded.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect that.
They were off the fucking goop when they decided to just pull that shit.
I was like, okay, time to level it up.
Why? Don't even bother.
No, we'll just make it 1313.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are good numbers.
The only thing better is the cartoon one, and it's by 1 point in magic.
Okay, so I guess we'll start the second round of premonitions, and I'll go ahead and lead us off on this. I think the secret boss fight that they're going to add to this, that is a teaser for the next game, is going to take place in the setting from the trailer that they show, the secret movie at the end of normal Kingdom Hearts 3. So you're going to see the 104 building and other staple landmarks of Twelwe, or The World Ends With You for those not in the know. And in an interview,
But it's not The World Ends With You. He has assured us this, despite it being the exact same building.
in a fucking interview less than a month later, he will still assure us it is not that place.
I can assure you, you will be correct.
You will find a heartless version of the final boss, and he will say, no, that wasn't that.
You will just straight up fight Reapers. And he's going, well, that's not necessarily it. And the translating notes will just say, he laughs.
Yes, exactly right. That is exactly what will happen. That's how this will conclude. And despite the hilariousness of him saying that's not that at all and laughing, everyone's going to love it. Many people will clap.
Except some people going, why is he trolling us? Why is he lying? It's like, fucking, why else?
Because he
You
knows
might as well
how to...
just tell him to spoil it.
Yeah.
Soon you'll understand your sins.
You will regret your words and deeds.
You will regret your words and keys.
Oh,
So, Bob, I think that means it's your turn now for the second premonition.
so I'm just gonna say something I want. A playable Radiant Gardens. We saw that in cutscenes a lot. They clearly modeled some of it.
So, wait, are you telling me that you're gonna go over there and pick her up for prom? It's not just gonna be a cutscene at the end of the game?
No, they might let you go there before the game ends. You don't get to be Riku. You don't get to go to the prom. I'm sorry, Dan.
Oh, that sucks.
But you might get to hang out with Merlin.
Oh, it was cool
All right,
for a second.
so Radiant Garden, major area in the Kingdom Hearts series. It's been featured in terms of like the big meaty games. It's been in all of them except like Dream Drop. They have a bunch of different characters there. You got Merlin was there, of course. The Final Fantasy characters live
the
there.
entire Final Fantasy cast lives in that town.
Yes, it is quite good. I have two questions regarding your premonition. One, will the Final Fantasy characters be there?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna go full in. Why not? Will at least
All right.
there will at least be two. I have to limit it
Okay,
some way.
at least. What are your two?
I mean, it's three. Okay, Cloud, Sephiroth, and Tifa.
Okay. No Leon?
I mean, they just modeled him for the other game, but I don't know.
They gave him with a Keyblade. I really want that to be in there. And he just has a Keyblade.
They made a model for him, but they never used it. Like the staff actually were upset that there were no Final Fantasy characters in, because they actually did
That's
model
sad.
at least him in advance.
If Radiant Garden isn't in this DLC, it would be insane, because he said part of it will be about Xion and like how Xion and Roxas came back, which had to have happened in Radiant Garden.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean playable. That could be just more cutscenes, but that would be lame.
All right, my other question was very simple. Two iconic characters to Radiant Garden are the guards, Alias and Dylan, who are the former organization members Zaldin and Lexius. Will they give them a voice actor this time?
Did they not say anything?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they
said
just,
nothing.
They just emote and don't speak, just like Phil does in
I think they
Hercules,
were-
and it's really bad.
I think they were never in focus even. They were just like stomping around in the background.
Yeah, sure.
No,
They'll
they
be
cut
real.
to them. There's a moment where one of them's about to cry and the other one puts like the hand on his shoulder, but there's no voice there at all.
That's really funny.
Yes.
Or another scene where they're like, "Come on, Dylan, you shouldn't be like mad at Sora still, right?" And then they're trying to play it off like he's real gruff and stoic. He walks away, and it's so bad.
His voice actor didn't die, did he?
No,
Okay.
only Phil's.
Okay.
These other two, they just didn't want to do it.
So, KZ, instead of focusing on this depressing affair, what's
Yes.
your next premonition?
No, are you sure? My premonition: voice actors will be high.
Oh, well, that's a real nice
That I actually had to cross that one off my list.
feel good story of the year.
Yeah, the feel good story of the year. We're getting it going. All right, I will make a story related premonition.
Okay.
Now, I'm just gonna unleash the gun now, because seeing the theory on Twitter was very tantalizing, in my opinion. They have said that there's a bunch of different chunks of content for the DLC, that he calls episodes, and it's just a way to describe each piece that they're putting out in this big thing. They have a new story scenario, which is what all that trailer showed, which features different characters doing the endgame fights that aren't Sora. And Sora isn't even in the party in 2 of them, which seems out of place for that story point. Like, you have the Roxas, Axel, Xion against Saïx fight, but it makes no sense for Axel to be in that fight. Because he was
just an also-ran, got cocked.
Yeah, he got beat up, and then people were theorizing because in Remind's logo, there's a coda symbol in it, which for music stuff is supposed to be when you're playing something toward the end of the song, was my understanding, you would change to something else. And people are theorizing that what if the Remind story scenario is about Sora using the power of waking to travel back in time to the point in which Kairi is grabbed by her very weak wrist, and he is trying to prevent her from being killed. So by this point, he would be chasing after Xemnas, which is why Axel has to fill in for him during that Saïx fight. And as interviews have said, Sora using the power of waking in this game straight up rewrites reality and creates a new canon. And that this will explain the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 in more detail. Which is also why the story scenario was confirmed to only be playable if you've beaten the game.
I think this is all very possible. I think this is
so likely.
That seems that honestly is what I expect.
Because Sora is not in that fight against Saïx, and he's also not in the fight of Vanitas and Terranort, which would imply that takes place after the Roxas stuff, and he's going straight to Master Xehanort, which might potentially make it a 1-on-3 or 1-on-4 type of situation. It just sounds like a really cool theory, so I want that to be real, so I'm going to make that my second premonition.
Nice. I appreciate it.
I like when you appreciate me.
If they do go this route, it's going to be super weird for people like, yeah, I beat Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm ready to go to 4. When that comes out in some reasonable time frame, it's like, what the heck is this? This is not leading or following up what I did.
I feel like Kingdom Hearts 2 leading into Kingdom Hearts 3 was a little bit crazier than just missing this DLC, but you know
this,
right.
If it goes by this theory,
the end result of the DLC would still be in the ending, so you wouldn't even need to play the DLC.
I think what we're implying here is that it could rewrite a significant portion of how the ending goes.
Basically, the only difference is Xehanort is still going to be defeated, but this just explains that, oh, he faded because he just rewrote the thing you did. And then they could like end a story scenario with, maybe they have a conversation that you saw off screen and that's when he fades or something like that. In the end, it's just expanding upon it. And I think that's a lot better than going into the next Kingdom Hearts game. Did you play these 5 other games, though?
I mean, you literally just said that this power lets him rewrite and create a new canon. So literally anything could happen at the end of this DLC.
That happened in the game once.
Right?
There's that part where everyone dies.
Yeah.
And then Sora has to get everybody back. And then in an interview, they were like, so what did he do? Nomori's like, oh, he used the power of waking to rewrite history, so that time where they died did not actually ever happen.
You see, it's this really easy thing I get, and I get a free pass to write anything.
Oh yeah, no, that's the best thing.
Yeah, he rewrites reality, but it's implied that doing that too much causes Sora to die.
It's not he becomes God, it's he goes back in time and does something different with future knowledge.
Right.
I think Bob was talking about it from a writer's perspective.
Right. Yeah. Where I didn't do this right. Whoops. Let me just undo that.
Beatles before reels.
When I read that translation and Nomor says, then this created a singularity, I went, fucking, this is the shit I'm here for.
Yeah, the secret reports keep talking about world lines too, so this is just part of Kingdom Hearts setting now. There's different timelines, and then that explains why Chi, the mobile game, has a different ending than Union Cross, because they're different timelines.
You sure can write anything you want.
Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that browser game.
Okay, Bob, you will get to start us on a third round, but we've actually hit the halftime point.
Well, I didn't get a premonition. What the fuck?
No, I'm
man?
skipping you. You talked enough. Fine, go ahead.
Okay, so I don't think that Sora fighting, having a 3-on-1 or a 4-on-1 will be accurate, because I think instead of that happening, we will get to play as Lingering Will fighting that 3-on-1 instead. Because we still don't know what happened to Lingering Will, and if Sora is, like, changing things, he'll probably get to see what happens.
He'll get to bring the band back together.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but that's too fucking cool to actually happen.
So I'm just imagining, it's like it starts with Lingering Will chasing down Terranort, and then it's like, oh, Lingering Will has to fight Terranort, Xemnas, Ansem, and young Xehanort simultaneously. That's what it takes to put him down.
And Terranort kind of goes, "Urgh." Lingering Will goes, "Are you scared of me?"
And then that'll like lead into him having the Guardian again. Oh, Sora won't be there to unlock Terra's heart, so what if we get an even rawer scene?
Even rawer than you could possibly imagine.
Listen, the conclusion of the Birth by Sleep stuff is like my favorite moment in Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's very good.
But yeah, that's my premonition. You'll get to play as Lingering Will, and he'll have a fight in the Recoda segment.
Yeah, that'd be real cool. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like, mine was similar enough of just that part where he's like, I'm gonna fight you, Terranort. When they jump off, they just have that fight, and they just recreate the one from Birth by Sleep, but in this engine, and it's nuts.
It'd be so insane. Like, now that Keyblade morphs are part of the engine, I feel like you have to let us play as Lingering Will, considering he showcased them the first time they were ever a thing.
Yeah, all the moves in Kingdom Hearts 3 are just stuff from Kingdom Hearts 2 Super Boss.
He does in the boss fight. That's why I got so unbelievably hyped when that cutscene happened when I did it, because it's like, oh, there's the whip, there's the cannon.
Okay, then that means we hit the halftime point. KZ, go ahead and start the lightning round.
All right, I have assembled 7 questions of light. These are various different questions regarding the Remind DLC, because I thought 4 premonitions just wasn't enough, but I'm not doing 13 because ain't nobody got time for that. So, starting off with a number-related question. We know that Oathkeeper is going to be a Keyblade in Remind, but it's being released as a free DLC as a part of an update at the same time as the DLC, so it's not an exclusive to it. So this first question is, how many Keyblades will you get from that Remind DLC? And I will throw it over to Feel first.
5.
All right.
You want me to list them? Because I could try to list them.
You know what? List them.
You'll get Oblivion and Oathkeeper.
I'm not even counting Oathkeeper in the count, since it's not exclusive
4.
to that DLC. All right, 4.
Then 4.
That's bullshit.
I was assuming Oathkeeper was included. If that's not part of the question,
I wasn't clear in my question. I'm willing to give him this. How many chairs will Sora sit in?
You'll get Riku somehow. You'll get to use whatever his not Fenrir Keyblade is called.
Braveheart.
And I think they'll just give you Mickey's stupid thing.
Mickey. Okay. So 4 is your
And they'll give you and you're getting a completely new one after you beat it. After you do everything in this DLC, you get some insane new one. Maybe it'll be related. If Sephiroth's in there, it'll be like the Sephiroth Keyblade you get after beating that. Who knows, but there'll be a new one that you get after doing everything.
That would be neat. Getting Keyblades just off a boss has always been really, really exciting. So, Dan.
4, and I fully comprehended your question.
Good. I'm glad you comprehended my question. Bob, how many Keyblades will be exclusive to the Remind DLC?
2.
All right. You have any guesses on them?
I think there's probably going to be one related to Sephiroth, like Phil was saying. But other than that, I don't know. I'm really just like, if they're going to give us Keyblades? Sure. One for each thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's there in
right.
Keyblade? Get that.
Yeah. Which has no name.
I believe his was called the Desert Eagle.
reminder of the part in Kingdom Hearts where they're like, this Keyblade has no name, and then Lushu mistakes that for the Keyblade's name being called No Name.
And then we find out who Lushu is, and I'm like, yeah, he's stupid enough to do that.
My guess is three Keyblades. There will be Oblivion. There will be a brand new one based on doing a lot of various challenges that they'll add through the DLC. And one last one for beating the secret boss. Moving on to the second question, which has already been approached in a way. But Phil, I'm going to ask you a yes or no question. Will the secret boss be a character we've seen before?
Yes, even if we don't find out it's them for years.
Yes, but I won't lose.
I'm gonna restructure this question. Will the secret boss be a character that you look at them and you immediately know who it is?
No.
There we go. I do not want 4 years from now when it's when it's revealed.
Well, it could be fucking
the Dog Street
it could be
kid.
fucking Zigbar in a mask and it with armor on. Like, does that count as someone we know?
The secret boss is going to be Stargirl.
Yeah. Bob.
Yes. We will know them. We will immediately know them on sight because it's going to be Sephiroth or Yozoro. Who knows? It could be anybody.
Could be Donald Duck.
It's probably Goofy.
Boyle. Dan.
Yes.
Heartless Goofy. I'm sorry.
You're fucked.
Yes, we will 100% know who the character is.
Yeah, when Lightning steps out, you'll be like, yeah, that's Lightning.
Now, Bob, is it Lightning the human or Lightning the goddess?
It's Lightning the future goddess.
She must not be forgotten.
I didn't realize she reincarnated into Kingdom Hearts. That seems bullshit.
No, we've been over this. Namine is Lightning.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
There'll be a new secret movie where she picks up that stupid gun sword.
That'd be pretty raw.
You know, there's something to this. I'm going to go ahead and say no, as much as I wanted to say yes, and that Duragon C. Mikado will be a heartless boss that you fight. No. I think it'll be something completely new, so people can go insane going, who is this? It's got to be a pre-established character, because we're going insane.
You just fight the box.
Like, I don't know who this dude in armor is. It might be Demix. All right, so I'm bringing this over. Bob, you get a distinct honor.
Okay.
You get to lead off on one of my favorite questions. Will Kairi do anything?
Great. This actually burns up one of my questions where I was going to, or one of my premonitions where I was going to say Kairi does something. So yeah, Kairi's going to do
so I guess
something.
Yes would be your answer.
Wow, that's incredibly brave of you, Bob. I appreciate you hoping for a better tomorrow.
Right? It's like she's rewriting history. You better do something this time, Kairi.
Yep. This question is broad enough to be like, all right, if it's at least better than what she did in the base game, then it counts.
It's like the
is that our bar?
Final it's the final
our
Jeopardy
bar
of
it's better than seeing her whip a Keyblade 2 or 3 times per cutscene. It needs to be better than that.
My
Get damseled by having her weak arm grabbed, then turned into crystal and shattered.
I was going to go ahead and say that she was going to do something. She was going to pull Sora out of a dark hole again, and then that was just going to be good enough, I guess. But since it has to be more than what she did in 3, no, absolutely not. Nope, not a chance. Not this time. We made this one up.
I'm gonna say yes. I think they'll at least have one small playable thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like you can choose her in a small fight thing, but it'll be so insignificant people will still be upset.
your attack button does one combo. You hit twice and then she falls over.
It's funny.
She has a lot of combos.
Funny.
If you watch her fight.
That's really funny, Bob. You think she's gonna have combos? She'll have a 1 attack long attack chain, and there's a random chance she trips.
And then if she trips, there's a chance she breaks her ankle.
She's gonna be like fucking what's Gohan's girlfriend's name?
Videl.
It's gonna be like Videl in Fighters, and all of her commands are gonna be calling in men to do it for her.
The dodge button makes her fall down.
Mhm.
All our situation commands are just the name of characters.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why are these commands labeled
Oh,
Riku?
that would be such a nightmare. Oh my lord.
That'd be so funny.
It would. I want it to happen, but oh my god, it would be catastrophic.
Why would you wish for that to happen? I don't care how funny it is. That's terrible.
That would be hilarious.
I'm just imagining the idea of, I imagine a trailer comes out and it shows her moving around in combat, and people are like, this is it. It's her time. And then it's just a bunch of buttons of Sora pops up and uses thunder.
Sora, Roxas,
Yeah.
Riku.
Aqua even. Literally anyone but me.
Yes.
Even Naminé, she doesn't even fight.
She casts a healing spell somehow. Oh my god.
I'd say she's not offensive, but she called in Lingering Will, and that was pretty raw.
That's the most
Her
offensive
attack
action anyone in this entire series has ever taken. That's the Kingdom Hearts equivalent of ordering a tactical nuclear strike.
She really just calling it in.
Yeah,
what was your guess?
I'm gonna say somehow worse.
Okay.
Not
I
worse
want
than
your
what we said
description of
then.
how it's going to be worse.
He will save her, and she will just be fainted the rest of the episode.
Oh, I thought you were going to say she's saved, but she also loses the ability to use the Keyblade. So she ends up even worse off than she was to start.
Are you telling me Sora's gonna retcon her Keyblade training?
Now that KZ said it, I think that might happen. She has to sacrifice her Keyblade to do something for Sora.
This is awful.
It's like, it doesn't even mean anything yet. What are you doing?
So awful.
I mean, I want her to be successful because,
No, you literally.
I like
you,
her.
I
The
either
character
want
would
her
love
to
her to
be
be successful, but also the meme that she eats shit would be great because I've dealt with this for years.
Oh my god.
This is a thing where I have brain damage. If things can't be good, they have to be so bad they loop into being farcical. If Kairi can't be competent, she has to be so helpless that it makes you laugh because otherwise you'd cry.
I mean, I was satisfied with some of the stuff she did in 3, so I'm like, whatever, chaos. Well, I don't give a shit.
What's the next question?
That was a saucy question. Dan, will a character appear in the Remind DLC and not speak the way Zaldan and Lexius don't speak in the main game?
Yes. One person will do that. One. And the choice of person will upset people because they'll think it's an ultimate fan service moment, but they won't speak, and they'll be left wanting.
Oh, God, what if it's Cloud?
Oh.
Oh, no!
I actually think Cloud and Sephiroth are like the two least likely because they came out and were like, we're still using the existing voice actors for everything in the future that isn't Final Fantasy VII Remake.
That's weird.
Which makes sense because they hired, bigger actors for the 7 remake.
That is
Like,
bizarre.
It is super
Fucking-
weird, but I feel like...
Steve Burton's cheaper.
Is he, though? Didn't they hire, weird minor CW teen drama actors for Cloud and Sephiroth?
Yes, I believe Sephiroth and Cloud are both voiced by characters from Teen Wolf.
That is such a bizarre choice they've made.
But I feel like they wouldn't have said that if they weren't going to pop up in something new soon.
Yeah, and it was in the presentation with the producer, so it sounds like that actually, it's a Square Enix approach. It makes sense. Bob, do you think a character will appear in the DLC and not speak, but will try to emote and the scene will focus on them the way Zaldan and Lexius?
Yes, and it will be Scrooge McDuck.
Why? They got him in the main game.
They sure did. They aren't going back for him, though.
Oh no.
Hello there, Sora. Did you know using the deep dive means more than you think it does? Well, I'm gonna stay in this abyss now. Bye.
No, we'll
Deal.
finally get to see Launchpad. He won't say anything.
No.
Oh
my god.
It will be every single Disney character, even Donald and Goofy.
What?
If they all turn on KZ.
just the idea of a scene playing out where it's like half Disney characters, half Kingdom Hearts characters, and it's like classist or some shit.
They will be like standing in the background and none of them will speak.
I can't fathom.
Like we're not gonna see Mickey fight Luke Serd.
Yeah, I just feel like they would cut around scenes to make situations if they weren't gonna want to spring for. But also, I think they have enough money to where it wouldn't be a problem. But whatever. Well, so my guess is gonna be. I'm gonna say yes, and it's gonna be Master Xehanort. They just don't want to get that guy back in. They don't want to get Rutger Hauer back in to make other great line reads like "Come Kingdom Hearts."
That'd be insane.
Right. No, he just has to talk, or whenever he talks, it's just Richard Epcar instead.
Unless instead of Richard Epcar, unless instead of Master Xehanort, Sora deals with young Xehanort and they just get Eric Sparrow in there.
Call him Eric Sparrow. Oh,
Sora has to do a line against him to save Kairi. The Keyblade turns into a skateboard.
You know, this is all looping back to the important aspects of the series. You're nailing it. All right, here's another one. Now, it's I guess slightly based on Dan's first premonition. Dan, is Roxas going to be playable outside that fight with Syx?
No.
All right. Bob?
No.
Feel?
Yes, but for like walking down a hallway almost.
I don't think that should count. I think walking down a hallway to a fight
you have to
should
hit
not
an enemy.
count.
No, not that fight. I think does it have to. Do you have to hit an enemy if it's in an entirely different place?
For the rules of this, will Roxas be able to use his Keyblade to hit something in which hit sparks come off the enemy, and it's not Syx?
No.
Have to make this as specific as possible, like it's an easy allies bet.
Apparently.
Well, I could see walk Roxas down the mind hallway to pull Xion out of the void.
I think they will allow you like one additional fight with him, because I think they know how badly people want to like play as Roxas.
Roxas might be the most popular Kingdom Hearts character.
And
wow,
and I think and Nomura was at that fucking orchestra, and when Roxas is on the screen, that fucking crowd just explodes.
When Roxas isn't on screen, people literally stand around going, "Where's Roxas?"
That's insane. He's from like the most hated part of that game.
He became the character people didn't want to see at the start of 2 to the most liked character.
That is the power, Bob, of your game being the one on the DS that everybody played.
People played that?
Yeah, that's true.
What? I don't even believe you.
The 358 over 2 days cast is like the most popular cast because so many people played that DS game.
They
That's
really are.
That's insane. I don't think I've ever met someone outside of this group that's played that game.
You're like 7 years too old.
I also talked to a lot of people who are fans of Kingdom Hearts.
A lot.
In terms of like the community, that is the most liked trio of characters.
Okay, I believe you.
There we go, that one.
Yeah. Ouchie ouch.
I was talking about Kingdom Hearts while we were doing the Gamer Premonition podcast with someone who I didn't even know liked Kingdom Hearts, and I brought up Xion, and they were like, "If you say a single bad word about Xion, I'll cut you."
Okay, so it's not that more people played it, it's just the people who played it are insane. Got it.
I mean, to be fair, if Phil says a single bad word about Xion, I'll cut him.
I met multiple people like that, and like, did you play any other Kingdom Hearts game? Nope.
Weird.
They had a DS and Kingdom Hearts was a popular thing.
She had the iconic line of Roxas, that's a stick.
It's a good line.
Yeah. All right. We have only 2 more important questions here. Bob,
Sure, what's up?
in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind, will it be Demyx time?
It is always Demyx time.
No, it's not. That is a lie.
It's Demyx time in Demyx's heart.
will it be Demyx time is also equal to will Kairi do anything, in which will Demyx do anything?
I'm gonna have to side with Bob here. Yes, it's Demyx time.
Oh shit. Feel?
Demyx rise up.
Rise up.
I'm sorry, man, but it's totally gonna be Demyx time.
God, I hope.
Like, when asked about Demyx for this DLC, Namor has two different translations of what he said. One of them is, sure, he will appear, bitter laugh. Followed by, oh, he's coming, wry smile. Which has a...
That's just everything Nomura says, though.
Yeah, I know, but Demyx being involved out of context makes it sound evil and hilarious. It's like, oh no, the mullet man with the guitar.
What would you like for lunch? Oh, a curry rice, evil grin.
I know that mood.
When you're in like your mid to late 40s like he is, making the most popular Disney action RPG with anime boys in it, maybe you're a little evil. Or in those interviews when he said he wanted Sora to die. Alright, one more question. The most important one of all. Dan, how much are they charging for this shit?
Is that 7? That doesn't feel like it was 7.
It feels like 7.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Yeah, this is the 7th.
Okay.
They're charging $10.
Alright. Bob.
$20.
Feel.
20.
I also will say $20.
Well, it's a good thing I said 10 as a bit. Because I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be $20. But what if it's a really cheap DLC and it's 10?
And it does none of what we say.
Right?
Are we operating under Witcher 3 rules where that second $10 DLC was like 30 hours long?
Oh my God.
Good Lord.
I think 20 would be good. Obviously, I pay $400 for it, but I feel like it's going to be 20 or 25.
It'll probably be, I think it could conceivably be 30, but I don't think it will be. But Nomura was like, I don't like season passes, so we'll just release everything as one chunk. So I could see it being 30, but I think it's 20.
Since he's like, I'm just going to put everything we would put in a season pass into one thing because I don't like season passes. This is Nomura's revenge.
And if they do, if I release it all at once, they can't cancel it.
I mean, yeah, that's the power of Disney. Anyway, that's your halftime.
And now we go back to the premonitions. Bob, what is your third premonition? Some of which were stolen by the question
it's
round.
good thing the question round burnt almost all of mine.
That's why I made that round. I wanted to see if I could just kill Dan and Bob.
I got one real good one, but I can't do that until the last one.
It is literally the last premonition.
You're rolling the fucking dice.
Right. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Demyx is gonna. No, well, we can't do that.
Oh, God.
We will see Dog Street.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
That's interesting, Bob. The
cutscene's gonna get really weird when Larxene shows up and then her face slightly detaches to show the fucking cybernetic cyborg shit underneath her face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're gonna walk down that Shibuya Street and it's gonna just transform into Dog Street. And there's gonna be a cat lady.
It's gonna be really weird when it's harder to level up because Donald and Goofy steal your experience because they get the last hit.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but we'll have to adjust. Because that's just what you do with good game design. You don't change it.
Young Xehanort just shows up, but in his super form that has overalls on.
But he still has the goat head.
This all checks out.
So, KZ, what's your third premonition?
Let's see. My third premonition is that the secret episode is going to be not as grand as some may be expecting at first, because I was thinking, like, what if it takes you to a completely new zone and does a bunch of stuff like that? But they haven't said it's going to be separate from the title screen, so I don't know how you'd access it. So I think it'll be similar to KH2's final big secret, which was the Lingering Will fight. So you'll be able to go to a previous world and find a way to access a special room for a special boss fight, which could warp you to a special boss room or something. And upon beating that boss, all you have to do is clear the game again, and they will attach an additional CG secret movie that continues where the last one left off and is at least 2 minutes long and filled with shit that makes you go, what the fuck is he doing now?
Nice.
That's my premonition. The secret episode is just a boss, but upon beating it, you get another big Visual Works secret movie.
Mm-hmm.
You get a secret report.
Oop. They do that sometimes, too. Fucking KH1 did that. You beat the secret boss, they gave you fucking Ansem Report 13.
Oh, that's good.
Yep, and it's the one where they just straight up say, no bodies. Clap.
Hey, Phil, what's your third premonition?
The secret movie will involve a revised version of the epilogue where Lushu summons the foretellers, and Ava will be there this time, and they will not elaborate, and the implication will be Ava is there because Kairi didn't die.
You ever think about things you don't want to happen after they're spoken by someone? That's up there.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt me, I just don't want it to.
I absolutely want that to happen. I look forward to that occurrence. I think that's one of the more interesting things they could do with this DLC.
And it will end as the view of that scene will end as soon as Ava appears. She won't say a fucking word.
Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely on brand.
You know, this would also make sense because, like with Kairi, Ava has a Keyblade, but you've never seen her use it.
I think that has more to do with chromosomes, but, you know.
True.
Aqua confirmed for male.
God.
She's used her Keyblade.
She used her Keyblade. She was completely owned twice in that game, but still.
Like Lightning, she is a goddess, so she is under different...
A rule set? Okay.
Different rule set. Big mommy energy.
Oh God. Lightning accomplishes so much more. That's insane.
What about Xion? Xion's incredibly powerful.
Yeah, actually, you're right. He's like, females in Kingdom Hearts don't suck. It's just Kairi.
That's the only reason I think it's funny instead of upsetting.
I don't know, man. Whatever.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead and move us on quickly to my next premonition, which a lot of people were getting to, but didn't quite touch on. As I've mentioned before, the final boss battle, the secret boss battle that teases the next game, is absolutely happening on Shibuya Street. Now,
yep.
Bob had his premonition about how they walk down and then it becomes Dog Street. I do not believe that is going to happen. When you enter this battle, the camera will be framed like you just caught up with Riku in this area, and Sora's going to react visually. Riku's going to look shocked, and the camera will whip pan to the actual person you're fighting, Sion Barzad from the Bouncer.
No.
It's called Remind.
He's gonna play his theme, but reorchestrated.
Yes, and it's called Remind because it reminds you of a game long past, thus further tying together all of the spin-off games from Nomura for the next game.
I thought you were about to say that The Bouncer is a Kingdom Hearts spin-off game that came out before 1.
In his head, it is.
You know, when you started saying The Bouncer, a lot of things went in my head. Like, what is he going to say? Like, you can do the fucking warp flow chain thing to go to the satellite to fight Duragon C. Mikado.
Nah, Duragon won't be involved unless he's a form of Xehanort, which I'm not sure if they're going to do.
Will Kairi turn into a tiger?
Kairi will not turn into a tiger or a leper. She will not even turn into a character with actionable will.
Will a random dude run up to Sora and punch his phone?
Kairi will never turn into a character with agency.
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. But KZ, that will happen, but not in this game. That's going to happen in the next Kingdom Hearts that picks up where this one leaves off. That's when someone's going to come up and smash Sora's phone.
You don't get to look at those data logs anymore.
Yep.
No, my gummy phone. Now how will I use heart-shaped hashtags?
He's like, my gummy phone, I just got used to using that. And that's going to happen near the beginning of the game.
Do we think there's going to be more hashtag things added with DLC?
Definitely. God, come on.
There'll be like a hashtag version of the Nobody logo that they use.
Nah, it's gonna have TikTok videos. Here's Kairi flossing at a McDonald's.
Oh no. Wait, then she'll have done something.
Oh, that's true. We can't have her do that. Okay. So we're on our final round. KZ, what is your fourth and final premonition?
I'm glad you asked. So, throughout Kingdom Hearts 3, you have those special little battle portals that open up once you beat the game. Also, they put some in the Keyblade graveyard because they didn't want to trap you because there's no way to grind otherwise. I think they will be doing an expansion on these gates that will add additional ones throughout all the worlds. They will put them in every boss arena in the entire game, and you'll be able to fight endgame leveled versions of every boss in Kingdom Hearts 3. They'll just up the stats, up everything, so that, you know, if you wanted to fight like the Tangled boss again with your full moveset and everything, you can. And for these gates, they'll also let some of your other playable characters, you can just use them and they're like scaled to your level. So if you wanted to say fight a boss from Hercules' Riku, they'll let you do that, but only in those gates. And this is effectively a replacement for like tournaments and stuff. That's my final premonition.
It's a lot.
But it seems
my premonition is they're going to recycle all their content, but up the numbers a little bit. Also, you could probably at least play as Riku on a lot of that stuff.
Sophia, what are you going to follow that up with?
They will add another gummy ship boss, and it will be a mech from Xenogears.
Fuck! That would be really good.
That would be pretty good.
Probably the same one as from World of Final Fantasy Maxima.
So it's just XG.
Yeah, it'll just be XG.
Yep.
That would be really cool. It would be really nice. You know, seeing as how a lot of the things we're talking about are definitely going to happen in Remind is pulling from other games. I would like to see that. Just slipping in more homage.
Yeah, the bouncer.
Yeah, the bouncer. Yeah. It's a spaceship that's shaped like Scion Barzad. It's a giant Dominique that's a spaceship.
Beautiful.
I am surprised Dan didn't go, after you defeat Zion Barzad, you will get a bouncer-related Keyblade, and your transformation will make your outfit look like his.
So you just look like Sora. Got it.
Sora with a bad outfit.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1.
They're terrible in two different ways. One's a onesie, the other one is just rags.
Look, man, one listens to Linkin Park. The other has worn out their Dumbo VHS.
It's not Dumbo, it's Kids Bop.
Okay. I think I think for my final premonition, I have something that can really up the game from KZ and Feels. I think it's really ambitious. Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC is going to ship in winter, but not too close to Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I'm going to say January.
You know, that's pretty risky. January, though.
Yeah.
Seems like a good time. They could be like, it's been a year since the game's out. Here's another reason to come on back.
It's been a year since the game's out. We're cutting the price, and now you can get this too.
Kingdom Hearts Game of the Year edition.
Oh man, looking forward to that ad.
It's like digitally, it'll end up being like 40 or like $60, including the DLC or something like that.
Game of the Year edition.
But yeah, that's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be almost an exact year from the day. And
yeah, I don't think they'll do like end of January like they did with this. And since it's DLC, nobody has to worry about the shit leaking 2 months early.
I know how delightful.
They don't have to worry about, oh, we needed to get it all shipped during the holidays in advance, so people can just break into fucking warehouses and steal copies and sell them on Facebook Marketplace.
Dude's like, I hacked Sony servers and I've got these Blu-rays with the patch.
Fucking Blu-rays.
$10.
I'll buy it.
Wow.
And Bob, you have the final premonition of the night.
Okay, here we go. So we've seen in the secret movie where Riku and where Sora end up.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Shibuya-looking place.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not Shibuya, though.
So I've heard.
So we're going to see where Aqua is.
Ooh.
Aqua's going to be in the Brave Fencer Musashi universe.
Okay, sure.
Very, very good that it's Aqua and not Terra, the dude with fucking samurai pants.
Yeah, no, that'd be too, like, he'd fit in too well, and
Yeah.
it'd be too easy.
Even though he's twice as tall as the tallest person in that universe.
Well, keep in mind, Brave. What was the sequel called? Bob?
Samurai Legend, I believe.
We don't discuss that.
Well, that's
We
canon,
do.
unfortunately. So he'll really fit in there.
Yes. It's okay. Everyone will look like they do in that sequel, but they'll have the outfits from the first game.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There will be a scene in the secret movie where you see Chirithy running around. And who's next to Chirithy? It's Frog from Chrono Trigger.
Wow.
I thought you were going to say Chirithy morphs into Zigbar.
Yeah, I thought you were headed there too.
No, don't talk about that one.
I was going to talk about that one, but then I thought someone else would. I'm going to be real. Bob, have you seen any of this?
No, I haven't
of
Both
seen
it
that.
have the
was
same
really
hair
good.
pattern and both say kiddo.
Yeah, they both end their sentences with kiddo nonstop. They both have the same hair pattern, and there's something else about their face that's identical
Okay.
between the Chirithy
and also that art of just Chirithy with guns and a scar was pretty good.
This definitely cannot boil down to Nomura only designing the same characters over and over and is writing involving the same tropes. It cannot boil down to that. He's fucking Zigbar. He's fucking Zigbar.
I mean, I could easily see the Master of Masters made Lushu. That's something that I could see happening.
I'm pretty sure Vanitas exists because the Japanese VA for Sora said he wanted to play a bad guy. And Nomura's like, I've got just the thing for you.
And he's like, makes the coolest one.
Yeah.
Also, I've mentioned this a couple times on podcasts. I remembered the 7 and 13 thing that Nomura did, which upset me.
Oh, yeah, where there was something related to it in a game that
And I forgot what it was, and now I remembered. So I'll just say that. In Kingdom Hearts 2, it takes 13 Orichalcum Plus to make the Ultima weapon. There's only 7 in the game, and you have to get the ability to half the material requirements in order to make it.
That is correct. And then stuff like the towers in the tutorial area, like the dive to the heart where the stained glass is, and people noted that, you know, the little art on the sides of it, there's 20 of them, 13 plus 7. It's all connected.
Sure is those numbers.
Reconnected.
Hey, there is a link, and thankfully, everything is connected except when it's not.
Don't remind me of all this Kingdom Hearts
But
junk.
if he doesn't mention it, it's always connected.
So I think we had some pretty good premonitions. Be sure to go to the link in the description and vote on who had the best. And we'll see you in winter, but not too close to Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, sounds about right. Dan's gonna win.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gamer Premonitions. This show, like our other podcasts, is only possible with the generous time our co-hosts have given to us and the equipment we've bought to make it higher quality and easier to produce. Please consider supporting our podcast series on our GigaBoots podcast Patreon and look forward to more Gamer Premonitions and Big Think Dimension in the future. This GigaBoots video was brought to you by our magnanimous executive producers, Vincent Poverg, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Brendan O'Sullivan, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Shadow in the Darkness, Dryzart, and Red Blaze 27. And also these guys. Head on over to patreon.com/gigaboots today so you can try to be as cool as these people.